Hey guys, welcome back to 86. We've waited 2 months. It was worth the wait. 86 came out on my birthday. I haven't broken it down immediately. This was my gift from, I guess, 86. They wanted to make me cry on my birthday. I had to wait a whole 2 days without seeing any spoilers, trying to avoid the internet. Hello and welcome back, guys. I'm here to break down one of my favourite animes of last year. 86. I always forget how emotional this anime actually makes me feel whenever I watch it. I cried so much. So it took me a while to get the script together. I have a 3-page script. If you want to see my breakdowns for 86, there is a whole playlist for you to go through. I broke down every episode apart from the 2 missing ones, and I'm definitely getting those too. Before we get going, make sure you guys are subscribed. There is a video coming out for next period. What animes am I breaking down in the spring 2022 period? There are a lot of good animes coming out. I've picked my 3 that I'm going to break down on the channel. I can't wait because one of them I've really been looking forward to for a long time. Can't wait to share it with you guys. There's a few other animes on there and I might continue the Rose King depending on how I feel. In that video as well, I'm going to tell you my top 3 anime of the season. It's been a very weird season. I don't know if I can slip 86 onto the list because it's technically a delayed anime, so it's not really this season, but you guys know how much I love 86. It's been a rocky ride. I think during the first season, I almost considered dropping it because people were quite rough with the commenting. I tried. I love 86 to pieces. I continued and I'm so glad I continued because this anime is so special. I was so happy it picked up awards at the Anime Awards. Shin got Best Boy. Vladilena Best Girl, of course. I love Vladilena. I am really considering cosplaying Vladilena, guys. I am currently making Mary Spencer from Trinity Blood. Once that's done, I might have to get myself some Vladilena in there. She is my girl. She is literally my girl. I love her to pieces. And of course, my boy is alive, guys. My happy birthday was, hello, Raiden's alive. And I cry. So much crying. There's a Discord channel too for you to get notified whenever videos go up. But let's go. Season 2, episode 11. 2 months late, but I am here to break it down with you guys. We had that explosive cliffhanger that we left off of, seeing Shin go flying as the Morpho exploded, wondering how the hell could anybody survive that at point blank. Shin is kind of back because we come back in a bit of a near-death experience situation, which 86 being the masterminds that it is, really do get quite the nice soundboard going. I have missed Hiroyuki Sawano. He's been on Attack on Titan, but it's not the same, guys. It's not the same as the 86 soundtrack. The 86 soundtrack is just raw. I love the way Sawano does those violins, those very disjointed notes that just come down, the disjointed piano that plays in the background, which we start to hear the church organ, the church choir starting to rise up during this dismembered music that is going on. I love the Sawano board. It works because Shin is having this near-death experience. Everything is just wrong. There's a lot of moments when 86 will cut the sound entirely, especially in this episode, because it has impact. Nothing makes more impact than having such a noisy war soundscape and then suddenly having silence. Shin hearing his dead comrades. Shin at this point was slightly transparent. He wasn't similar to them. They had more substance than he did. He wasn't quite ready to cross over. But we are inside Shin's head, even in a very happy moment when every single comrade is saying thank you to Shin. His own brain, his self-loathing, the trauma he's been through, the PTSD, everything, because he's definitely suffering from all of them. All we can hear is the self-loathing in his head telling him that this was for nothing, this is pointless. But all of the people around him are trying to thank him. Everybody is trying to say good things to him, but Shin can't hear the good things, and that's why it's so tragic. It's the theatre of Shin's own mind right now. It's so noisy. All of our characters are trying to thank him, give him words of comfort. Even his own brother. We can hear his brother trying to tell him, I want you to be happy, just give me a moment. And then Shin is just angry. He's overpowered by the fact that he's been left alone. He's like, why have you abandoned me? Isolated, I guess. Even though he's got this very noisy head, he still feels the most isolated out of everybody. I really love the way that this whole soundscape started to build because it felt really noisy. It felt insane. Shin did survive the point blank explosion. I'm so happy he did, but I also figured that he wasn't going anywhere just yet. We've got too much of a story going on. 86, you owe me one meeting in person without Shin hiding. You owe me, and I'm gonna get it from you. I'm gonna get it, okay? This Shin that we've just caught back up of 2 months ago, Shin now begging for death because he's had enough. He sees another one appearing and he's just had enough and he's begging for death. But that's when, of course, it happens. It's not just more of the same. What I've always said about 86 is it always feels so hopeless. There's always more Legion. There's always another bad guy. There's always another death. Just when you think Shin's name is about to be added to the list and Shin is now begging for death, he's given up, that's when it happens. And that's when you just see the feet. I knew it was her via her feet. And I was like, oh my God, that's Vladilina's feet. It's such a beautiful symbology though. All those blue flowers suddenly turning to red as those butterflies fly away and we see the Japanese spider lilies underneath as Vladilina's walking towards them. And the two come face to face, but obviously not face to face, but Vladilina and Shin are occupying the same space. There's no walls in between them. There's no walled city. They are occupying the same space. And this is when I started crying and I was trying to write a script whilst I was crying. Shin isn't recognisable to Vladilina. Shin can see Vladilina and knows immediately once that voice comes through. Vladilina can't tell it's Shin because she hasn't seen the logo and he is a member of the Gad Confederacy. When she finds him and she sees that ruined mech, it doesn't look like the old mechs. I have so many questions, guys. How did she survive? How did she get there? I know there's Cyclops with her. She has Cyclops and that's it. It looks like that's the only person who is with her. But how did she get all the way out there to where Shin was? When I told you guys about the power of silence, Shin can't hear a single word Vladilina is essentially saying. The feature of the mech that he's in, it starts to, I guess, lip read. It can hear and translate what she's saying and putting it into text form, which is really, really weird because these two have had an entire season when they've heard each other's voice. And you know exactly at the moment he hears the voice come through, he's going to recognise it because it's a voice that was just there. It was a comfort. Just happy to hear another voice, not just a screaming voice in his head. 100%. He would 100% know who she was as soon as he heard that voice. But Vladilina, our girl, has never stopped fighting and I'm so proud of her. I'm just so proud of her. Silence is completely jarring. We've had this big soundscape up until this point. And now where the two have always had words communication, there's just silence until we hit the power raid. They literally just focus in on Shin's eyes and that is all you need. You can just imagine the rest of the expression as those eyes are all that is needed when that voice finally comes through into his head. I was, again, crying. There's so many tears on my script. My script is very wet. It was 2 seasons in the making, and I'm so sad that they don't actually see each other, but I get it. But at the same time, you could have seen each other. I don't know. Would she have known it was Shin if he hadn't said anything and he had just got out the mech? Would she had known the person in front of her is Shin? But I guess she has got the photo, so yes, she's gonna know as soon as she sees Shin that it's Shin. Vladilina and Cyclops, the only two who seem to have made it from the chaos that took over San Magnolia. I am shocked to even hear there's any survivors because it looked hopeless. I'm hoping we do get to see some of the survival rescue attempts, even if it is hopeless, but it does seem that our 86 crew aren't taking part in that, which is fair. As much as they're not good people and San Magnolia was bad, I still want to see what has become of San Magnolia. So I want to see the ground footage. I want to see Vladilina going back to try and protect people. I want to see all this. So I really hope that if we do get another season, they may need to let the manga catch up and try and, I guess, de-stress the studio a bit because there was a lot of the production issues. If we do get a season 3, I don't want them to rush it, but I really hope we do one day get a season 3 for 86 because I need it. We've only got 1 episode. We have 1 episode left next week of this story, so it's not gonna do anything powerful. I can't imagine any more between Vladilina and Shin is going to take place. I want more. I need more. The moment Vladilina's voice comes through and she tells Shin that she hasn't given up, Avid starts to play. And you guys know I love Avid. Avid is perhaps my favourite song for 86. I like the OP, but it's not Avid, guys. Avid is the best OP for 86. And whenever I hear it playing, it's so powerful. Avid feels like Vladilina's theme tune. It could be her theme tune. Whenever it plays, it just gives me those tingles because it always starts with the piano, just the lone piano as it starts, and then the single voice kicks in as it's acoustic. Vladilina breaking the frame, it's mwah, mwah. 86 knows what they are doing. She literally breaks the frame. We've got these black boundaries, these black frames when we see Shin. When she starts to talk to him, those black borders turn white. Darkness. Shin is surrounded by darkness. But suddenly, her voice coming through, it's light. Those blacks turn to white and suddenly there's hope. White is a hopeful colour. White is a very innocent colour. Even though he's a very twisted, dark character, at his heart, he's still a child. He is still innocent. And hearing Vladilina's voice and seeing that black turn to white is so powerful. He said major and my heart fluttered. You only get Vladilina's eyes as well and her eyes kind of widen. He hides himself and puts the voice changer back on. But oh, so much pain because I want them to talk to each other. Major without even thinking, if anything. And he's like, oh wait, no, I can't have you hear this. I don't want you to hear this yet. I really want them to talk to each other, guys. I need it so badly. There's so much beauty in this scene. So much gorgeous composition. 86 is king of composition. There's no other anime that aired in that season that even compared. There's Vladilina standing in that sea of red looking up at him, seeing those Japanese spider lilies all around her, which symbolize death. She's standing in a lake of death because there's been so much death at this point, looking up at the broken mech that is in front of her. But Vladilina announces why she is still there, why she has continued, why, even though these people may be dead, why she is still standing there, because she wants to be the person that they thought she was. She wants to be something that they can be proud of. It is an explosion of colour during this sequence. The voice actor gets full credit for the emotional performance. The colour exploding everywhere as Vladilina's world start to spark colour and hope and emotion into Shin. We literally saw Shin crying out for death, and now Vladilina's words are bringing colour into his world. He's smiling, guys. That smile, it lights up my heart. I want to protect Shin's smile. Shin's smile is an award all on its own. Vladilina is so small compared to the broken down mech in front of her, but her words are so big. They are powerful. They are moving. Vladilina may be quite short. She's probably my height, but she is a big personality in her own rights. And when she says that you're the same to Shin, that they're both the same, you fought till the end. You didn't give up, and I am proud of you. Somebody is proud of Shin, and he hears these words this time. It's not overtaken by the static of nasty words in his brain, overpowering all the good. He hears her words loud and clear that she is proud of him. And that's when we get my thumbnail. Shin's smile. Shin's smile is worth everything. Shin's smile is worth that 2-month wait because I wanted to see this smile. We don't see him smile very much. Occasionally he might just grin, smile when maybe Frederica's doing something stupid. But this is a true smile. This smile is powerful and I want to protect Shin's smile. I am proud of Shin and Shin is happy and crying because somebody is proud of him and she realizes how hard he has fought even without even knowing who it is. Vladilina, just best girl. Best girl is Vladilina. He even offers Vladilina to go with him. She says no because she's got to keep fighting. She's got to protect. We are so close to having them see each other when he starts to lift up the hatch. And then we get Legion blocked. And I'm like, no, the Legion are coming again. You just ruined what could have been. At the moment, I would have just been crying even more. Tears upon tears as soon as they see each other, lock eyes. Please tell me at some point they're gonna hug. I need a hug from these two. These two need a hug, and I need a hug, and everybody needs a hug. Cyclops actually recognizes who Shin is, which makes me happy because at some point, maybe if something goes wrong and Vladilina's on her deathbed, she can at least say, you met Shin, and it was this person, that was him. She obviously recognises the marker, so I'm happy that's that. I'm happy that at least somebody with Vladilina can say, yeah, you already met him, it's okay. If stuff goes bad because it's 86, I never see how it's going to end good. At least we met and at least you spoke to the Undertaker. Of course, it never struck me that she never saw the Undertaker's mark. She was stood there in front of the Undertaker's mark, the Headless Reaper, and nothing was registering because she didn't see it. Yad comes and saves the day, taking care of the Legion, and we're all happy to see the return of the Confederacy, because I am, because I'm so happy because my boy Raiden's alive, guys. I'm so happy. Raiden was smiling and my heart was exploding into Doki Doki. Even though Vladilena and Shin came so close to actually seeing each other in person, still seeing Raiden's smile, I can forgive you for now, because Raiden's smile was beautiful. I was convinced Raiden was dead. 100%, I don't understand how he survived. I thought Raiden was 100% dead. I thought Anju was alive. That one I knew. Karena got left behind, so that one I was 50-50 on. I figured at least one of them was dead and it was my boy, but my boy is alive, so I'm very happy. All the 86 are alive, so Shin is smiling again. We get 2 smiles this episode. We are truly blessed. And that's when they even say over the radio, like, we didn't leave you behind, you're not alone. Shin hasn't been left behind. There are still people there waiting for him. And my heart just couldn't take the happiness, especially when Ernst called up, because he's like, my son, how are you doing? Oh, he's got a dad. He's like a dad from another country, but I love it. I love Ernst so much, because he still says that we're going to try and help the rescue effort with San Magnolia. And I love that, because even though Sam Magnolia has done bad things, Ernst can't just ignore people who need help. And I love Ernst as a character. I think he's a fantastic character. I guess we just weren't ready to have Shin and Vladilena meet right now, even though I wouldn't have been complaining. They could have met each other and then have to go their own separate ways for a bit. Shin does say that he's not going to be helping with the rescue, but he does state that there's people he doesn't want to die over there, which mainly just means Vladilena, but at least he knows that Vladelena's alive, and that is now going to give him that cause, that drive. And Vladilena is still going to at least get some help from the GAD Federacy. They're going to help, and I think they're being flown into the danger zone. So Vladelena's still got a lot of fighting up ahead, but at least she's now not alone. Now, Frederica's voice actor is in a Kebi school uniform. Yes, the anime that was airing this season that makes you think that every time you're watching it, the FBI are going to come knocking on your door. It's a very weird anime. It looks gorgeous, but my God, that plot is FBI concerning. She is playing the younger sister of Akebi, and whenever she talks, all I hear is Frederica. I also love her face when Shin's like, nah, she's going to get thrown into the vault, and he's readying the punishment for Frederica misbehaving. But it's a happy ending for Frederica as well, because Kiri rescued her. Kiri actually rescued her right at the end, and we do get the happy smile as they're at least united, and he has one last hussar as her knight to protect her. Shin is such a boy. He didn't want Vladilena to meet at this point. He didn't want her to see him in that state. He states that if they do meet, it's not going to be on a battlefield. Oh, please tell me there's going to be a day when I can look at 86 and we won't be in a flower field of like red flowers. It's going to be those two actually seeing each other in person and smiling, both happy together. So Vladilena will obviously keep walking forward, keep going towards where she promised to meet them up. But that also means that there now has to be a destination. When Frederica says, well, what's your destination? If Vladilena's walking ahead and you're going to meet her, well, your destination's been set, mate. You now have a reason to live. Shin is back in business. He has a reason, a drive. He's got hope again. I really hope now that the character evolves and he starts to be bolder as well. I love the fact that the 86 said that Vladilena sounded bolder. She sounded more confident when they heard her voice. We have only got 1 episode left, so I can't imagine we're going to do too much with it. But I'm so happy. And Raiden, the end credit sequence, and Raiden is being a school kid. He's laughing and sniggering, and he's hearing the voice, and he's just laughing at Shin. I love Raiden, guys. I really love Raiden. The end credit scene was absolutely amazing, and it was like a school moment when Shin's being mocked and you've got the teacher just leaving, taking his homework away and smiling and laughing behind his back. I needed it. I really needed that end credit scene. It gave me something happy to end on. I was crying so much and I've got over my tears. Was it worth a 2-month wait? Well, yeah, it was. Of course it was. I needed to know how it ended. I am so happy that they've at least seen each other. You could have happily made this the last episode for me. I would have still accepted it. But now it just kind of feels like next week we're just going to wrap it up. I don't think Vladilena and Shin are going to have much more interactions for a while, which makes me very sad. But at least I know both of them are alive. Raiden is alive. everything isn't as horrible as it maybe seems to be. Very happy that 86 is back, but we've only got one episode to enjoy. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you next week for the final episode. I thank you guys if you have continued or you have waited for 2 months to hear my opinion on these last 2 episodes. Thank you guys so much. You guys mean so much to me, and give me a little love. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. My happy smile for you, because you are my destination, guys. There you go. Have a good day, guys. I hope you're having a good weekend. Bye-bye.